Most people think sounding smart means using big words or complex ideas. But here's the truth: the smartest people in the room, the ones who lead conversations and get taken seriously, often say the least. They just say it in a way that's structured, clear, and calm. That's exactly what the pyramid principle helps you do. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to use it in your next meeting, presentation, or even job interview to sound instantly more credible and composed. So in this video, we'll break down how the pyramid principle, the same framework McKinsey consultants use to communicate their ideas, can help you structure your thinking like a top strategist. As someone who studied communication and consulting frameworks for years, I'll show you how to use this method in everyday life, not just in PowerPoint decks or boardrooms. Do stay with me until the end because I'll also share one simple tweak that top consultants use to make any message 10 times clearer, even under pressure. Let's start with what the pyramid principle actually is. At its core, it's a way to organize your ideas so that your listener never feels lost. Instead of starting from the details and building up to your point, you start with your main message first, and then support it with logic and evidence underneath. Think of it as top-down communication. Let's unpack this with 5 key principles you can start using today. 1. Start with the answer, not the story. Most people start explaining something by giving context first, and only after 5 minutes, they reveal the actual point. Consultants do the opposite. They start with the answer. Example, instead of saying, "So we did an analysis over 3 months and what we found was interesting," you'd say, "Our analysis shows we can reduce costs by 20%, mainly by simplifying our operations." Then you walk the listener through how you got there. The psychology behind it is when people know the destination, their brain relaxes. They can follow your logic more easily because they're not wondering where this is going. It signals confidence, clarity, and leadership. So next time you're asked a question, start with your conclusion first, then add support. 2. Group ideas logically. The MECE principle. Here's what most people don't realize. Clarity isn't just about what you say, it's about how you group it. McKinsey uses something called the MECE framework: mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive. That means your supporting points shouldn't overlap, but together, they should fully explain your idea. Example, if you're explaining how to improve customer retention, don't randomly list 5 ideas. Instead, try saying, "We can improve retention in 3 ways: by enhancing customer experience, by increasing product value, and by building loyalty programs." Now, your listener's brain knows exactly how to organize the information. The psychology behind it is the human brain loves order. When you structure your points clearly, people perceive you as more intelligent, even if the content is simple. 3. Build from the top down. Imagine your message as a pyramid. At the top is your key point, the "so what?" Below it are your supporting arguments, and at the base, your evidence or data. Example, we should invest in remote work tools. Underneath that, productivity has increased 20%. Employee satisfaction has improved. Operating costs have dropped. This structure gives your audience the why, then the proof. The psychology behind it is people make decisions emotionally and justify them logically. When you lead with a strong conclusion and back it up with evidence, you appeal to both confidence and credibility. 4. Use signposting phrases. If you've ever listened to a great consultant or executive speak, you'll notice how easy it is to follow them. That's not an accident. They use what's called signposting language. Phrases like, "There are 3 key reasons why." Let's look at this from 2 angles. Here's what this means for us. Example, instead of saying, "I have a few thoughts on this," try, "There are 2 perspectives we need to consider, short-term and long-term." It immediately sounds more structured and composed. The psychology behind it is signposting creates micro moments of clarity that guide your listener's attention. It helps you sound like someone who thinks in frameworks, not fragments. 5. Always end with the so what. Here's what most people forget. Clarity without relevance doesn't stick. Every point you make should end with a so what, why this matters, what to do next, or what decision it supports. Example, employee satisfaction has improved 20%, which means our flexible work policy is actually increasing retention, not risk. The psychology behind it is people remember messages that tie to impact. Ending with a so what signals strategic thinking, and that's what separates clear communicators from just good speakers. Here's the hidden truth, which is a bonus for you, that most people miss when learning this framework. You don't need to be a consultant to think like one. The real power of the pyramid principle isn't in the slides or the jargon, it's in the mindset. It's about respecting your listener's attention. It's about structuring your thoughts before you speak, so your message lands with clarity, not confusion. When we start thinking in pyramids, we stop rambling, we stop over-explaining, and we start leading with clarity. Now, let's do a quick recap. The pyramid principle teaches us to start with the answer, not the story. Group ideas logically. 3. Build from the top down. 4. Use signposting phrases. 5. End with the so what. If you start applying even one of these today, you'll notice an immediate shift in how people respond to you. They'll start seeing you as clear, confident, and credible. Remember, confidence isn't about saying more. It's about saying the right things in the right order. If this resonated with you, do comment below, I'm building calm confidence, and subscribe for more communication frameworks and tools that help you lead with clarity and composure.